and he did not mind this. He did not feel as if he had to wait and the snake was there before him. So like a good natured human being, like a civilized human being, it had to wait because someone was before me at my water trough, and I, like a second comer, waiting. He kept on waiting like a second comer, as happens in the civilized society. So he tells us that this is something that instinctively he did. He waited because he had come second and the snake was there first. So snake had to drink first. It was not like he drove away the snake and then he tried to drink because it was his water trough. Nothing like that. So here we find that his musings and the way he's waiting, the whatever he is thinking, his racing thoughts on encountering the snake, they are beautifully depicted by the poet. And in a very skillful and lucid manner, we are told what the narrator thought and how he behaved in this situation. Uh, it was so that he stood there watching the snake in admiration as the snake was drinking the dripping water from the tap straight into its mouth through the straight gums because there were no teeth and all that. He lifted his head from his drinking as cattle do and looked at me vaguely as drinking cattle do. So here the snake uh, in a simile has been compared with cattle because at this moment it appeared as harmless as the cattle, as other animals like cows, buffaloes, sheep, they come and drink water. The snake was also like that. So in a simile it is compared to cattle to tell us how harmlessly he was doing it. He was not harming anyone, he was not aggressive, and he was not there to kill uh, or to harm anyone. So it was like cattle only, any other animal. So the poet stood there waiting for the snake to finish his drink. And while the snake lifted its head and looked at the narrator vaguely. That means the snake was aware that the narrator was there. It flickered its two-forked tongue from its lips, paused for a moment, and then drank a little more. Like this narrator was not feeling alarmed. Similarly, the snake also was not feeling alarmed by the presence of the poet or presence of a man. Here simile is used and repetitive imagery is used to describe what he felt after witnessing the snake drinking water from his water trough. The snake also appeared to be quite harmless, and the protagonist also appeared to be quite harmless to the snake, and therefore they were not alarmed. Both of them drank water simply. Sorry, not both of them. Snake drank water simply, and the poet kept on waiting. Now, more imagery is used in the following lines. Being earth brown, earth golden, from the burning bowels of the earth, on the day of Sicilian July with Etna smoking. Allusion is also there. Allusion is when we take certain phrases or words from another text and we assume that the other person or the reader would be knowing about it. No, that is called allusion. Something has been taken from some other text. That is allusion. And imagery is when images are drawn beautifully with the help of the words. So here the description is such that an image is created in our mind. So imagery, because the description of the snake is thus that it was earth colored, brown in color. It was beautiful brown color. It appeared golden. Hmm? And it had come from the burning bowels of the earth. That is, under the earth also, it was quite hot. So it is already hot and burning inside the earth. So the snake had arrived on the surface to drink water from such heat, from a place where such heat was there. And above the earth also, it was quite uh, warm, quite hot, because it was the month of July, that is, extreme heat was there. And because this place is Sicily, it is extremely hot during summer season here, with Etna smoking. Etna is a volcanic hill uh, called Mount Etna in Italy. And Etna smoking means even from the mouth of the volcano, heat or smoke was coming out. So it was hot all around. Under the earth, it was hot. Over the earth, it was hot. It was the month of July, that is extremely hot. And even the heat under the earth was such that it was coming out from the mouth of the volcanic crater. So Etna, the volcanic hill, also had a vent, like all volcanoes have a vent, 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 and from there the smoke was coming out. The voice of my education said to me, he must be killed. For in Sicily, the black snakes are innocent, the gold are venomous. Now he tells that he did, like, it was quite natural for any creature of nature to drink water on such a hot day. But the voice of my education, that is all that he had heard, before, uh, at the land where he was living. He had heard that black snakes are not that venomous, but they don't have that kind of poison. But the golden snakes or the brown snakes, they are venomous. So they must at once be killed. Whether they are harming us or not, whether they are aggressive or not, we must kill them, because we as human beings are ourselves insecure human beings. Like, we are insecure, we feel um, uh, threatened by anything to everything. So this snake was not aggressive, and it was not there to harm. It was only there to quench his thirst like any other normal human being. That is why it has been earlier compared to a domesticated animal like cattle. But here also, the voice of his education, that is the influence that he has had on his mind from the society, it tells him, or it told him, that this kind of brown snake must be killed because he would be venomous. Here it was not using its venom, it was not using its poison, it was not aggressive, it was not there uh, to kill, or it was not there to harm anyone. It was only there to quench its thirst. Still, the poet, this thought came to his mind that such kind of brown snake must be killed for personal security and all that. So he feels threatened without any reason. And voices in me said, if you were a man, you would take a stick and break him now and finish him off. Now, this is conflicting ideas that are coming in his mind. One part of his brain says that the snake is harmless because it is not harming the poet, so it is no point killing him without reason. But another one says, are you a coward? Are you afraid? Do you feel threatened? So those two voices are the voices of his inner conflict, inner thoughts, conflicting thoughts that are there in his mind. And he is aware of the social conditioning and the narrow perspectives imposed by educational system of uh, our society. And during that era, he has described that this voice in his head was there because of the knowledge that he already had of the snakes. And this voice sort of compels him to kill the snake, because he was told that black snakes are non poisonous, yellow snakes are venomous. So he must kill the snake, that is it, without any rhyme and reason. And then, because it was not doing it, it was fascinated by the snake's presence. Another voice in his head, it says that, was it cowardice? Is it because the poet is afraid of the snake, that is why he dare not kill the snake? So previously, the poet instinctively had no feeling of harming, no intention of harming the snake. But then eventually, as his musings went on, he found it humiliating that he was there in front of the snake, and yet it could not dare to kill the snake. So this is kind of, perversity of mind, that we want to harm or kill a creature without any rhyme or reason. This is human, uh, behavior. This is how human beings are. They kill animals for food, they kill animals for fashion, they want to make bags, they want to make purses, they want to make belts and all that, they want to use furs for their clothing. So all this is there. But they also want to kill animals for hunting, just for the pleasure of hunting. For hunting is a game for them. You kill an animal, or we kill an animal just for fun. So that is how human beings are. There is irony here also. The poet says that yellow snakes or brown snakes are venomous, but he does not realize at this moment how venomous human beings are. They kill other creatures just for fun. With other creatures only kill when they feel threatened, or they kill when they feel hungry. But we kill, as human beings, we kill animals just for fun. We find some insect and we just kill. We find a grasshopper and we put a string in the leg of the grasshopper, and then the children, they play with that. So for us, lives are not as important as our own life is. So we, ironically, are the most poisonous creatures.